Test, test, test. Cause you're a bad idea.
Like little stopwatch, know where we're at. Everyone, I want to thank you from the bottom of my hearts.
Your hearts? How many hearts you got?
I was gonna say, I feel a lot of appreciation for the people that have commented, liked, subscribed. Like the people, like you're our close friends and family. And if you guys didn't like it, you know, that might be a big deterrent. But you guys really showed a lot of love. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and hearts, because there's two of us.
Nah, for sure. We really appreciate it. You know, we're just like, one day, like, let's make a podcast, and boom, you know. And most people think it's corny, it's weird, it's like funny, but for the people that tuned in, and I think first two videos come on, you said how many? We got 24 hours of something like that?
Both videos hit 100 their first 24 hours.
So both first two videos, 100. Looks better?
Yeah, it looks good for now. And then maybe no sudden movements.
No sudden movements. Okay.
Like, again, guys, this is just our second episode now.
Third.
But third and fourth, hopefully, if it all works out. But you went camping this weekend, right? How was that?
Yeah, went camping this weekend with our boys Ty and Angus. We went up to like Northern California, like maybe 3 hours from here, in this place called Springville. Low-key was in the middle of nowhere. If we can edit it, I might throw some pictures in there of like where we were, and like, you know,
throw those up now.
Maybe right now a couple photos. But it was cool, you know. Saw some rattlesnakes. Got to hike like 7,000 feet in elevation. Almost died, but I mean, we'll get to that. But overall, super fun trip. Wish you could have came. You know what I'm saying? Next time maybe we'll all go camping together. But camping's dope, and I have some thoughts on camping.
Oh, like
some thoughts that I think you would find very interesting, and I think viewers at home.
Why not start it now?
All right, so camping, right? First thing I got to say about camping is this. Right now, like, people go camping, right? And hear me out on this. People go, when you go camping, what do you think of? Like what goes in your mind?
The outdoors, nature, wildlife,
right? All that, right?
Fresh air, you know, out of the city.
And it's something that you would generally, in a year's time, do like how much?
This last year, 2025, I didn't camp at all, but generally it's like 2 times a year, 2-3 times.
So like 3 times a year, that most people in today's society see as like, oh, like, we're gonna go camping, it's fun, like it's like a little weekend thing.
And it's not like, if that's not your hobby, right? There are people like
that love it, like climbing and, you know,
like every weekend, at least once a month, they'll go camping. That's 10-15 times in a year at least. But for people that isn't their hobby, probably like 2-3.
Yes, I agree. So when I was camping, I was thinking about this. I was like, dang, this is perfect to talk about with Jacob. Right now, isn't it kind of crazy how like we go camping and we cook up some hot dogs or burgers or whatever, and we see this as like some like getaway or like something that's like leisure, like fun. But isn't it crazy that that's like how really we used to live? Like, we took something that's like super fun and made it like, or no, we took something that was regular, normal, like how like people came up in the world and made it like this thing that's like a thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, do you see what I'm saying? I'm terrible at explaining it.
No.
But you see what I'm saying, right?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Where it's like, you know, 5,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago.
It's normal. You go back to your hut or your tent or whatever, go to bed.
Camping was life.
And yeah, now we call it camping instead of life. See what I'm saying?
Damn.
Not to get like deep, but you see what I'm saying. How kind of we evolve and like how time changes, but like how, you know, we see that as like fun now when it was seen as like normal.
Yeah, dude, I think that's pretty crazy to think about. You know, growing up in Anchorage, Alaska, like, you know, that's the wilderness.
Yeah.
Right? Like, most places where most people live, if you live in a big city or if you live like in a metropolitan area, you have to travel to the woods. You have to drive 2-3 hours to get out of town, like get out into the wilderness. Like LA, like that was a 3-hour drive.
3-hour drive.
In Alaska, it was like you had to drive to civilization.
That's crazy.
So it was literally like the city itself is probably like 30 minutes across, But then there's just like a couple streets, Muldoon, Northern Lights, where it's like
And just wilderness.
it's just one side of the one side is the city, the other side is just woods for as far as you could imagine.
That's crazy.
Hopefully it's not blurring in and out, but we're good. Let me make sure it's recording.
It's low-key blurring a lot.
You see that, right?
It's blurring a lot. Do you think it's because we're so it's close?
Maybe it doesn't know what to focus on.
Hold on. Let me go put the downstairs light on.
Turn it on. Yeah. Guys, ground up. Maybe it's confused.
Maybe.
But that's okay, guys. Day 1. Day 2. Day 3 now. Episode 3. But also, so you went camping.
I did.
For 2 days, 3 days? It was what?
2 nights, 3 days. 2 nights, 2 days.
And you had a good time.
Great time. And I'm not a camper by any means. Like, I just got a sleeping bag. You let me borrow your tent. I got like some chairs, plastic, silverware, all that. I just got the gear, but it's fun.
And then tell the story now about how
Of my near-death experience.
So there was a river or a lake?
It was a river, like rapids.
Rapids, like whitewater?
Like whitewater, yeah. Maybe we'll throw a picture in right there, bang. But, rocks, quick river, ups and downs, deep, shallow, all that. And long story short, Angus, which is his coworker, now my friend. Yeah,
Good
now
friend.
my friend. Great dude, funny dude. That guy is so funny, yo.
We'll get him on a podcast.
We'll get him on. Yo, that guy's life is crazy.
Yeah, we'll get him on for a story. Basically, he grew up in New York or Miami.
I think Florida, yeah.
He's low key a nepo baby. Like he's got stories.
He's dope, yo. He's so cool. But anyways, went camping with him and Ty. 3 days gone by. We're having a great time. We're camping near a river. We haven't even gotten to water yet. So Angus has these floatable tubes. Like when you go to a water park, like a donut tube.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, let's hop in this river, go down one of the rapids, and just, see where it takes us. So Ty's like, I don't really know. Like, no helmet, no life vest. Don't know if this is the best idea. But me and Angus were like, Ty, bro. Like,
Yeah, Ty's he'll
he assesses the situation to the extreme.
He's cautious.
Yes.
He's a cautious guy.
He looks ahead. Like Ty, he lives in the moment, but also at the same time he'll be like, okay, this, and this could happen potentially if I do this. Like, you know what he's like? He's like homie like this on Marvel.
What's that?
The dude that knows infinite universes.
I don't know who that is.
Bro, the guy who's like, da-da-da.
Bro, I am not a Marvel's fan.
Okay, anyways. We jump in this river. We're
DC fan.
We're holding on to this rope that extends over the whole river from one bank to the other bank, right?
Rope?
Yeah, like we're like climbing
Is that
on
like
this rope.
a camping rope?
No, it was just like in two trees that connected one bank to the other.
Okay.
And you could like hold the rope and pull yourself to the other side.
Yeah.
But it gets deep, so you got to hold on, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, Angus goes first. He goes down the rapid. It's all cool. He gets to the bank. I go down the rapid, and I'm positioned very poorly. Because after that rapid that I went down, there's another waterfall. And we'll throw a picture right here. Bang. That's like death. Instead of getting to the bank where he was, I get sucked into the rapid, like, and going down the second waterfall. And I'm like, oh shoot, I start panicking, bro. I'm like, I'm about to die. So I jump off the tube, which probably was a poor decision. I probably should have just like stayed on the tube and like let it take me.
Weren't you a lifeguard? Like, aren't you a good swimmer?
No, that's why I bailed, because I was like, I could just swim this, right? Like, let me just swim. But when I bailed mad late. Like, I should have got off way before, but I basically bailed where like I was at the end of the dip, like I was about to fall
Into the
waterfall.
Okay.
So I bailed. I literally start swimming, but I can't swim because at that point I'm going down. There's this big rock, so I like bear hug this rock, but it's mad slippery with like moss and in the river. And Angus, like Lion King, like Mufasa, he's like,
Yeah.
like Scar. It was literally like that.
Angus put his hand out.
Like, Carlos. I'm like, I slip off of this rock and the rapid takes me. I'm like, yeah, this is it. Like I was gonna die. Like there was a waterfall with mad rocks around. I was like, I'm dead. But luckily there was like a tree in the river, and I grabbed the tree last second, and I was like holding on to the tree. My shirt came off. I lost my shirt, and like,
did it rip off?
It was on. I tied it to my wrist. It ripped off my wrist. I busted my knee. I'm cut up on my knee and stuff, bro.
So
it was gnarly.
So I heard that part. So you're holding on to the log.
Yeah.
How do you get off the log onto land again?
There's a log, and I basically climb up on the log, walk on the log, like, you know, two-stepping, jumping rock to get back on the bank. Survival. But mind you, the tube gets sucked down the river. So me and Angus have to walk down the river to go get the tube and cross the rapid again.
After you just went through.
After I just went through that. And Angus is like, bro, just go. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that again, bro. Like, you go. I'm looking at him like, I'll buy you a new tube. He's like, nah, we're getting that one. And the guy that owned the land, he was pissed. He was so mad at us. He was like, why would you get in the river, blah, blah, blah. And Ty's the one that got screamed at because he was on the bank.
Yeah, Ty was telling me about that today at work. He was like, yeah, the guy was yelling at me. I was like, but you weren't even the one who went in the river. Why was he being mad at you?
Because he didn't go in the river. He can't even, you know, Ty can't even sit here and say like, oh, I did that. I did it for the story. I was willing to die for the story.
Was that worth it?
Yeah. That's why I do a lot of things. So when I'm like 80, if I make it there, God willing, I can say like, yo, when I was 25, I almost died jumping in the river.
You might die and not be able to tell the story.
You better knock on that.
Could you imagine? We kind of joked about that. Charlie got back late last night, and we joked like, oh, could you imagine if, like, you went camping? We just dropped second episode of the same podcast. Like, that was one filming session.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, you go camping the next weekend, and then you're just dead? Like,
yeah, I mean, like, you're just sitting here by yourself, nobody in this chair, like episode 3, the end.
Yeah, I don't know who I'd add. I don't know if I'd keep it going.
You'd have
myself.
To. Promise me you'll continue the legacy if I die.
What about me if I die?
I mean, it's up to you if you want to continue or not.
Yeah,
if you're like,
if I die,
you know, like how Khabib's dad died, and he's like, no more fighting.
Oh yeah.
Like if you were to be like, Los, if I die, cut it. I'd cut it.
It'd be sad, dude. It'd be sad, especially like at the start of the journey. Like,
be crazy.
If like, what was the longest run you've gone on?
In one run?
Yeah,
dude, I don't know, maybe like 10 to 15 miles.
All right, so imagine you're going on a marathon, 26 miles, 26.2 miles. Like, you're going on a run.
By the way, if you did a marathon, props.
Shout out my girl.
You bad for that.
You're doing the half, right?
Yeah, end of May. San Diego half marathon, end of May.
You sure you'll still be able to do it with that knee?
Yeah. I hurt my knee and my foot, but we good.
All right, so
that's a little bit of adversity, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, yeah. Let's actually... What was next? Because if it wasn't adversity, we could jump to next or adversity. Also,
last
guys... Yeah, go ahead.
Damn. Last thing I'll say about camping, just to wrap this all up, I think everybody should go camping a couple times a year, and this is me just like starting now. I used to go with my cousin when I was little on my birthdays, but this was actually like secluded in the middle of nowhere in a tent, just us. But I had no phone service for 2 days, nothing, and I realized how like addicted to my phone I am, low key. Like how I always check it, and I always got to be like do, you know, like make sure I'm, you know, calling Lex or making sure my homies are good or whatever, which is good, right? Which is good, but I think everyone should like disconnect for a little bit from social media, go off the grid, go somewhere like with people you care about, people you love, and just hang out, like kick it, like we were kids again. You know what I'm saying? We were doing dumb stuff like we were kids, and I'll end it with that.
All right, yeah, I like that. I think about that a lot when we were kids. Like when you're a little kid, you got no worries, no concerns. Like, yeah, maybe you mad at your parents, they told you to do something.
Yeah,
you know, like clean your room. Oh, I don't want to do that right now. Yeah, but
very true.
You don't have the stressors of life, the anxieties, the real adversities, and like, yeah, a lot of, you know, kids, like they grow up to have really hard lives when they were kids. You know, like great success stories. A lot of NFL players are like that. But when you're a kid, the joys of life just come a lot easier in my mind.
No, 100%, 100%. And that's like a whole topic I want to talk about, maybe like this episode or maybe later. And not to rant, but like on how like fear instilled in kids at a young age, how that affects them when they get older.
Oh yeah, Kanye talks about that.
You know, like this weekend camping, I saw a rattlesnake, which was gnarly, and homie like literally like just went right past me. And I was like, oh, I got scared, you know what I'm saying? But like a kid doesn't know that that's bad, right? Or doesn't know that that can kill you or hurt you. So they won't have the same reaction. And that's a whole nother topic I want to get into later. But
this is mad quiet because I'm like, okay, do I make a comment now on that, or do we go to the next?
No, make a comment. Like, bro, this is our podcast. Like, we say we do what we want. It's structured, but like, have fun. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, I appreciate all the constructive criticism. Some of it, like, oh, you're ranting. It's a podcast. A podcast is to talk, right? Like,
100%.
Like my goal, my idea of this podcast is to be a bright light for people who, like, maybe you're a kid, you don't have a lot of friends. Maybe you're in college. Maybe you're doing this, that, and the third. Maybe you just moved across country to go to college. Maybe you just graduated college. You're just finding yourself in the real world. And you don't get to talk to your friends nearly as much as you used to. I remember I had that problem.
Yeah, 100%.
When I first moved out here, 2017, and this is what we want to talk about with adversity, right? Like, a big adversity I feel like a lot of people undermine is just the lack of societal like connections or like personal connections.
Big time. I agree. And within that comes adversity. Yeah. And this is the next topic that we wanted to talk about today. Kind of in a way connecting to the first and second episode of things we talked about, but adversity, you know? So many people in life, especially kids our age or anybody, deal with adversity, right? So what's I guess so we can give our life experiences, what's the biggest adversity you've dealt with in your life?
That's really hard to pinpoint one as the hardest because and I feel like a lot of people could agree, like, it would be hard to pinpoint one thing as that's the absolute hardest. And maybe it's really easy for some people. Like, they can pinpoint one thing as like, oh, that was definitely... Yeah.
Because I think, like, adversity is seen differently. Like, some adversity may be like, a kid's like, dang, I just failed my 8th grade math test or whatever. You're like, that's adversity for that kid in that moment in time. And then, like, someone like me and you could be like we lost our job or something.
Yeah.
Like something... But that test to that kid has the same amount of magnitude, right?
Have you ever heard of Inky Johnson? Oh, dude.
Who's that?
We'll play a clip.
Yeah.
Ty actually gave me a great idea. He said, put that smaller TV up right here, connect it to the iPads. You could like look it up and play it.
I like that.
Right? Maybe episode 4 or 5 we're like that. Or this is 3 and 4, so 5 and 6 we'll have the TV up.
Yeah.
Earthquake hits, it falls over. But no, so Inky Johnson, he was a cornerback in college. I forget what team he played for. It might have been like Tennessee. And this is like early 2000s, so like long before NIA deals, like long before he ever got paid for like playing in college like it is today.
Yeah.
And he was a senior and he was set to get drafted like top 20. First round, like.
Where did he go to college?
I think it was like Tennessee.
Okay.
Look that up. But
Inky Johnson?
Yeah, Inky Johnson.
Cool name.
But his senior year, he had like a handful of more games. He went in for a normal tackle, got paralyzed, bro. Or not technically paralyzed. It was like half his body got paralyzed, and he never made the league. He became a motivational speaker. He's very motivational.
I think I might have seen him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's adversity, right? Is like your whole life changes in a flash of an eye, right?
Yes.
And so one of the first big things I had to deal with, right? I'm not going to pinpoint one as like, oh, this is the biggest thing and worst thing, like hardest thing I ever had to deal with. But one of the first things was I just moved out here 2017, living in a 1-bedroom, 2 guys, so me and one other dude. And I had just gotten a job at Olive Garden. and I had just bought this car, like legit, like 3 days prior. It's the day before my birthday. I had work, the night shift, like got off late.
Yeah.
I'm driving home. Car cuts me off. I'm on the freeway. Car cuts me off. I spin out, and I get hit by a car. I'll find the picture and post it, but I get hit by a car, passenger side, spins me out again. Car hits me driver's side, I spin out again, and I'm like vertical in the fast lane. Like, so I'm just watching cars fly by, and I'm like, legit, I kind of went crazy because I'm like, please no more, like kind of laughing like hysterically.
Yeah.
And then like,
did you think you were gonna die?
I low key was surprised I didn't.
Yeah.
And we could talk about that. That's like another thing, like whole scientific thought process on that. But at the end of the day, that was that moment. God blessed me to be able to walk out of that.
100%.
But then the following adversity was the car insurance of it all.
Yeah.
Because 2 cars hit me. 1 car was uninsured, and they both hit me, but it was in a way where it was like, oh, was I at fault? Because the car that cut me off drove off.
Yeah.
So then it was just like, it was like a 2-week period where I had to wait for the police report, where I didn't even know if I was liable for their cars, if they.
That's tough.
Yeah, and I didn't have a car. That car got totaled.
Yeah.
Like, y'all saw that picture. It was gone.
Yeah, that's tough. That's crazy.
But what about you? Like,
that's crazy though, cause like not to go off topic, but like I feel like I just had a near-death experience, and I feel like that's a near-death experience, and that's crazy.
And they're way different.
Way different.
Because one, you're in your physical body.
Yeah.
In water.
Yeah.
And the other is like you're in a car. So the car could be protection.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the car could have been the trap.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Like if you're in your body, like imagine if you were in a car going down a river. Like imagine how crazier that would be, because then you couldn't grab onto a log.
Yeah. But low-key, like, do you think you'd feel safer? I don't know, right?
Like if you're sitting there like, ah.
Yeah. Just like maneuvering it.
Like you can't even turn the wheel because you're in water.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work. I feel like that situation you would die.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But as far as are we like biggest adversity or just pinpointing one?
Just pinpoint one.
Pinpoint one? I mean, I would just have to go like off of recent events and just say like when I moved out to LA.
That's big.
It was just tough, man. Like I lost, some relationships, and first time away from my family, I didn't have it all figured out. I didn't have a job when I moved out here. And then I had a couple jobs and then got let go of some, and then got another job, and then they let me go. So, just like little things like that you're just like, dang, is this like really what and then it gets you thinking, right? Like, is this what I'm meant to do? Because I feel like there's always like that line of like, okay, this is adversity. Is this telling me that it's GG? Like, is this telling me like you're done? Or is it helping me like to get to where I need to be next? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has that like thought.
I feel like that's all of life is like, life is hard. Life is inherently hard for everyone. Like I said that in the last video. I know that. And I kind of want to cut this and then set it up for the next video.
Yeah.
So, what I want to leave this video with is everyone deals with adversity, and there's a lot of adversity, but there's always that light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
At the end of the tunnel, right?
100%.
Like Batman quote, it's darkest before it's dawn.
Yep.
Like
something like that.
Yeah, and that goes back to the whole point of me wanting to do this podcast. Like that's what I think a good goal with the podcast is to try and connect with the people who are going through something and be that like light for them. Like
100%.
Like they could be like, oh, I want to watch Los and Jacob. I want to watch Charlie and Jacob. I want to watch Jacob and Charlie. Like
normal guys.
Yeah, like that's the thing. We're just claiming to be normal guys. We're not claiming to be these like viral great people. Like we could just be in your living room right now. We could be with you talking with you.
Yeah.
What's something you want to talk about? Leave that in the comments right now. We'll talk about that because this is episode 3. We'll talk about that in 5.
Yeah.
And sorry, we're gonna maybe cut these shorter and then make them longer, maybe more often, especially if it starts doing well.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it's already doing well.
Yo, it's seriously.
I would say the hardest part of this is just starting. You know what I'm saying?
I really want to thank everyone that's like already given us love and showing us so much love, like family, friends. You're all family, you're all friends. Like, but those people that like I just sent a random link to, like Josh's sisters,
Oh yeah.
and they like reposted it, like
Yeah.
that's love, you know, like
Yeah. Shout out them.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They didn't
Jenny
have
just
to
got
do that.
married, and Jenny's dope too. They're awesome. What would you think we would, like? You know how like MMG calls his people like Meegs or whatever,
Oh yeah.
and like how like Taylor Swift calls her fan base Swifties. What do you think we would call ours? Hypothetically, if we blew or something.
You know, this might sound corny, like super corny.
Yo, you better not say nothing crazy.
No, this is gonna sound super corny. Friends. Like straight up just friends, bro. That's
I mean,
corny.
it's not corny. I see it though.
Like
I
it's
see
just
it.
like, hey, I'm a friend. Like, oh, what's up, dude? Like,
Yeah, okay. When you put it like that, I hear it.
like someone like say, you know, we do blow and like we're walking down the street and like, oh my god, I'm a friend. Like,
Yeah.
what's up? Like, you know,
Like,
that's
holy
just
crap.
immediate like,
Locked in, like you're locked in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
That's dope.
think about that. How many people have you met or you don't know? You just walk up to, you're like, yo, you want to be friends? You're like, that's kind of weird. But at the same time, how have you made any friend?
Yeah, that's true.
Because any friend, I didn't know Charlie. I knew Charlie through our other roommate, Josh, because they were roommates in college. And I had known Josh since high school.
Yeah.
And Josh was like that mutual friend. I feel like a lot of friends are made that way overall.
Yeah, 100%.
But at the same time, it's like there's just that slow connection over time.
Yeah. And I think like a lot of like think about how many mutual friends you have from whoever, but out of that group of mutual friends, how many are you like locked in with? Think about that.
Yeah, I just restarted my group chat with my friends from high school. It's like 10, 11 guys. And it's like,
Are you close with your friends from high school?
not anymore, not to the extent that I wish
real?
I was.
Like not even like a select group.
I know my close friends from high school. They know me. Like, it's like 12, 15 guys in total. Like, I count them all up. You know, our name, like quotations name in high school was TGFB.
TGFB.
Too good for.
Gotcha.
We can't say that on stream.
Gotcha. Now I had a group chat that was a little bit crazy.
Same thing.
Yeah, something like that. But my high school homies, and Meba commented on one of the videos.
He did. Good looking out, bro.
Meba,
I met them. They came here.
No, they came. Shout out Meba, Mo, Trey, Raul, like all my homies, man. I'm probably Shidey, you know, Dev. I'm probably missing a bunch, but we're still locked in, bro. We talk all the time. Those are my homies.
Yeah, that's why I restarted that group chat, was because like I want to talk to y'all. You know, like those close friends from high school, middle school. It's like,
And that's a whole
those
nother
are
video.
best friends.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother video.
The high school years.
But let's cut this video right now.
Yeah.
We're about 25, 30 minutes right now on this one. That's
Yeah.
edited. We'll figure that out. And
But we'll leave him off with just thank you again.
thank you so much. And then in the next one, we'll continue the adversity conversation.
Yeah, talk about a little more.
overcoming adversities. You know, so look out for that one. Wednesdays, Saturdays. We appreciate it.